now let's do the following. So maybe you already knew, maybe you didn't, as these cats, they're not hand painted. This is something you really need when you don't have time, when your client's in a rush, but you need to do something cool. We can use stickers or wraps. So I have these stickers with the cats because I like cats. Yeah, you can tell it by my shirt. But these cats, they're not really winter cats. Yeah, they're just random cats. And you can make any design on the wrap look more stylish, more like you did by yourself, and more Christmas if you add some Christmas decorations, like making a Christmas hat. So which one do you think we should take? Let's maybe do this, the grumpy cat. And for this one, we will also need the white background. And if you're, I know one of the best, the one that I like, are NCLA wraps. I think this is one of the best manufacturers. The one I'm using now, it's some Russian wraps, but I think you can find them in any nail art supply store. So I will apply the white. I really like them because the difference from the stickers is that stickers, they are like paper. They just stay like this, and you need to cut the corners. You need to somehow make them take this shape. And the sticker is flat, and the surface of the nail, it's curved. And with the wraps, we can use the heat to actually melt them a little bit, so they will take the shape of the curve that we need. So that's why you will need a heater. I have the special heater for the wraps right here. This is the same one you are using for the IBX if somebody's working with it. Here, if you're not, then it can be a regular blow dryer or something with the heat. I love the kitties. Nice. We have another cat lovers here. Or it can be dog. It can be actually anything. While it's curing, let me show you. You can use any kind of wraps. I have some winter style wraps here, and you can take, let's say, this one and add white accents on the snow, add glitter, and it will already look a little bit different. Not like you took some sticker and, you know, sticked it. Okay, now it is cured. We don't need to remove a sticky layer or anything. Now it is very important, do not touch the underneath the wrap. We need to use orange wood stick, and also you need to look for the right size of the nail. So usually if you're using the same brand of the wraps, what I recommend to do is to cut this part off, because you don't need it. And this is how you can measure it depending on the nail. It's about the same as measuring the tips, so you need to fold it and make sure it is not more narrow rather than nail. But today we have tips, so it will be a little easier. Okay, so to separate it, I will use the orange wood stick and carefully separate it. And actually, even if you don't stick it from the first attempt straight, it's fine. You can fix it as many times as you want. Now our goal is to try to make it stick to the center. You see it's already wants to stick. Here you can hold it with your finger and carefully remove. Now I recommend you to not do anything yet, and just to make sure that it's completely in the center. And then with a stick, move back and forth from the center to make sure it is centered. And now I will place it in a heating machine. Let me show you the side view. Like, this part is not sticked yet. This one is not. And we could just take and stick it, but then we will have some folds. So I will heat it for about 2 minutes, so it will be warmer and it will take the curve of our tip. It depends on the heater, but I usually do 1 to 2 minutes. This is the time that the wraps really start to heat up a little, and then they can take the shape. And they actually work without heat as well, but like I told you, when you heat them, they are more flexible and it's just easier to work with them. And also it's a great solution for the natural nails because they work on them as well. Okay, I hope it's enough. And then I will move back and forth from the center to stick it to the one side and then do the same to the other. And here you have to be pretty quick until it's cools down again. And actually, if it's too cold in a room, you need to be really fast. Okay, we have a couple folds here. So I will, if you have them, then you can repeat the heating process for like a few seconds. Heat it up again and then roll it again. Okay, hope it will be enough. And oh no, it's already separated. And yes, then I will roll all these wraps. So I'm working with the orange wood stick just to make sure it's completely stick. And we don't need to use any base coat underneath. It sticks great just to the sticky surface of the gel polish or the gel. Okay, now to file the free edge, I will use the file, but only in this direction. Do not file back and forth or left, right. It will ruin the background. Only like this, even though it looks weird. From the top to the bottom. And here we have this extra tissue. Okay. Well, we could leave it like this, but we want Christmas, right? So we can add some snow, but let's do the Christmas hat for this grumpy cat. So we will need red. And also to make this hat look fluffy, I will need this thick consistency white I showed you recently in a previous design, which will go on top. And also the white gel polish. And to make this hat look fluffy, also we will need a flocking powder, which many years ago when I didn't have it, I made it by myself. I took some hair from the real cat, but it was not injured, don't worry. It was naturally falling off from her. So now I will take, I think for the hat, this brush number 2 will work. And usually, when people are doing the Christmas hats, the beginner's mistake is, you know, they're doing it too much like a triangle. So, so here, okay, let me show you like this, it will be too close. So here we have a triangle. And usually when it's folded, like the upper part, then it looks not really like a triangle, but like a pyramid, right? Like a triangle without the top. And this part will go somewhere on the side. Well, unless you want to do some crazy design with the cat, I think it will work. You know, there's no rules in the nail art. I think I've been telling you this for a while, because anything you want to do will work. So I think we will leave one ear and we will need to close another one, maybe partially. So this cat is, you know, it's pretty straight. I mean the front view. So it will not be too complicated. This one, and then it goes to the side. Well, we can pretend that this hat has some holes for his ears, or we can use white and, you know, just simply close the ear. We can try to do that. Okay, now I will cure it and add another layer so it will close the picture which is underneath. It is better to use intense colors for this kind of design, so you will not need to repeat them, and to make sure they will completely cover what's underneath. And actually for these cats on this design, they had something on the background. They had ears or different crazy hats. So for example, this one, it had some horns like a deer. That's why I added some snow so it will close it and it will not look weird, like why there are horns underneath the hat. Okay, I think it is fixed now. And let's just repeat the same. Add more red here. And well, just let's try it. I think my white is intense enough. I just need to clean my brush really well. And you know, you can, yeah, we can close this ear with the white, and then we can also add some snow or something else, so you will not be able to see it. And cure. So the idea is you can use water decals, wraps, stickers, and add some of your own accent details, and I believe it makes this design look different. It does not make it look cheap anymore, like, you know, you just took a sticker and stick it right on. And you can combine it with the glitters, with the rhinestones, and once you add something, it gets a completely different look. So I encourage you to try these designs with any stickers that you have. Like I just showed you, like these cats in the different decorations, they had nothing to do with Christmas or winter, but now when we added those, they look pretty much like a Christmas cats. Okay, I will add a little more here to close it. And a little bit more red, freeze cure it. And when you're happy with the hats, then you can do this white part, you can do it on top, or you can do a little bit underneath and then do this fluffy part on top. So it's also optional, but as our goal is to make the designs fast, then I will show you how to do it in a less steps. We need to fully cure the background because we have red there and some colors like intense red, dark red, brown. If you will not fully cure them, sometimes when you apply the top coat, the color can be smudged. Not even the color, but the sticky layer has too much pigment in it. So to avoid that, we need to fully cure it. And then we will seal it with the top coat. So you see when I'm sealing it, it's completely flat. We don't have any decorations here yet. And to seal the wraps, it is better to use 2 coats of the top coat. Okay, and if you want to add some snow, you can do it now. I think I want to add just a little bit on top. Uh-oh. Yeah, because, you know, just somehow to explain the expression on this cat's face, and then we will cure it. And now we only need to add those white fluffy parts. So we cured the top coat, yes, and now let's take our white and make this hat look like it's a Christmas one. So it needs to go a little wider than the red, and it's okay for a hat if it's closing even the part of the eye. Actually, if you look at the real pictures of the hats, that's what they look like. And then we will add some pompon here, even though we cannot see it very well because it's on a white background. And you don't need to make them fluffy also, you can just leave it. I think it's already looks like a Christmas cat. But Then we will clean the brush so it's completely clean and pointed, and then do the following. Like with a very light touch, I will simply stretch some parts to make this fluffiness show up, and do this in a different directions. You see this fur, it can never be, you know, it's not like a grass. It does not look on the one direction. So it should be a little messy and crazy. That's what it makes it look like. It's fluffy part of the head. And like I told you, it's fine if it goes a little bit on the eye. It's fine, it happens in the real life. Then we add some fluffiness here. And the last step is adding the flocking powder. So the flocking powder, these particles, they're so small, like you don't need to breathe when you're working with them. Like it's not even like a glitter. It's so, I don't know, soft and small. So I recommend you to hold this. See, I've been talking and it's like moving. And you need to apply it enough to make sure it sticks there. And now we can carefully remove it and cure. Now we clean the excess, and I really like how it feels. Maybe on the camera it's not as fluffy, but for real it is. So our design with the cat is ready. Where we can buy this, please? You need to look for NCLA, like it's nail something, Los Angeles probably. So just Google NCLA wraps. I believe they have distributors in many countries, like we have one. And if you don't find them, just, you know, Google nail wraps. I believe other manufacturers also use them.